Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel Manas, a Pursuit of Happiness, and this is your Dr. Chitra Arvind. So today I've come up with a very important topic, especially for people who are working from home. And due to COVID, now working from home has become the order of the day. And even before also, a lot of IT companies, people have this working from home options. So anyway, so this is going to be the order of the day for some more time also. So we should know how to cope up with this stress. So when I talk about working from home, generally people say it has got a lot of pros as well as cons. So it has got even advantages, and it's very difficult to look into the advantages also. But first thing is to develop a positive attitude towards working from home. Because I always say that when you cannot change something, the first thing is to accept it. So now, can you change this working from home, or can we really go out and work? Some companies don't allow that. So the thing is, we need to accept that this is going to be the order of the day for some more time also. So acceptance will definitely show you a lot of positive things about working from home. To just name a few, to open up your mind. Name a few is you can stay away from some obnoxious co-workers on the funniest side, and also a lot of difficult things what you faced on there, during the job. Those things also you need not have to face. So like this, if you can list, there will be a lot of positive things which you can really find only when you accept the fact that you will have to work from home for some more time also. Okay, then how are you going to manage other stresses also which are coming out from it? First, let's look into the stress. So the stress may vary from a person to person about, depends on their own perceptions. But still there are some stressors which are very common for people who are working from home, especially there is no boundaries. So here your kids may be, shouting or crying or asking you for some help, and your spouse may be asking and calling you for some support, and your parents may be around and they may think that you're just working with a laptop. No, why can't you come spend some time with us, and why can't you talk to me? But earlier when you said I'm working there at the office, they will respect you. But now when you're going to sit in the corner of the room and work, or probably even if you've got fortunately some space to work, maybe a separate room also, but still people may disturb you. So that there is no boundaries. And also there is no structure. So, and also, you can't even see people directly and work. So that is a major stress, and most of the time you will be on the calls. So when you're on the calls, you lose something called as a human touch, and we human beings are social animals, right? So we have to connect to people. So that is our own, that is how our brain is wired. But now you will have the sense of isolation also. And because you're staying at home, you will also be using a lot of social media. Because nobody is going to monitor you, and you'll have your smartphone near you, and you will be accessing a lot of the stuffs also, and that is also going to increase your stress. And you don't know when is the what is the boundary between the office hours and the personal time or the family time. Earlier you will be coming out of the office and say, now I'm home, okay, I can enjoy and I have my own personal time. If you're married, maybe you have your own family time with your spouse and kids. But then there is no boundary, and just that you're going to shut down your laptop, the home time begins. But sometimes the laptop is not even switched off, or the phone is not even switched off. It's just going to be there around. So this is going to aggravate your stress levels. And when are we going to switch off from work, and when are we going to switch on our personal time and relaxation? We don't have a boundary. So this all is going to increase our stress levels. And many researchers also found out this work from home has been increasing the stress level of the employees. And but corporates say that people have become really productive because there are no more tea breaks or no more coffee breaks or going for a smoke or nothing like that. So you will be working more productively. But then I would say this is only for a short run. In a long run, there's going to be probably a loss of productivity also, and a lot of stress and burnout, which might have an impact on your performance as well. So high time you need to manage your stress. Earlier also people were talking about work-life balance. Even they were working from office, but imagine working from home, your work-life balance is highly blurred. So let's look into some psychological tips to how do we manage this stress. The first thing is have some structure. So self-discipline is very, very important, and you need to structure your day. You need to have some schedule, some to-do list, and that is going to give you some clarity and control over the situation. So we need to really sit and write down, okay, what is the time I'm going to start working, and what are the schedules I'm going to look into, and mark everything with the to-do list and all that. And it's not necessary that you have to finish everything in the to-do list, but to start with, having some structure will give you a lot of stress relief. Just try it and see, it will work wonders. When I said about structuring, you also have to structure your workplace. You can keep all the things which whatever is needed for the work, your laptop or some gadgets, and also whatever materials you need around, and also water bottle, which is very essential, and some snacks around also. And all these things, when you are more organized and structured, you feel like, this is my workplace, and you feel that there is a context dependent factor coming in, and feel like I get that mood to have the motivation to work here. So even though you don't have much space, also make sure you, even that whatever space is possible, this is my workspace, and don't do anything else there, so you feel like, more playful there. So when you really work, make sure you only work there. If you want to look into social media, or if you want to do something else, just get out of the place and go elsewhere, or to sit in some sofa and then do it. Workplace should only be a workplace, and it's meant for that. Work is, after all, worship, right? And the next thing is, you need to have someone to take care of your kids also at home. Probably if you have a very small kid and you cannot really actually work and concentrate on your work. Probably if your spouse is also going to work from home, you need to have some caretakers. But due to this COVID situation also, you should be really careful about those things, those aspects. But then you should really have some arrangements for the kids, otherwise you wouldn't be able to focus on your work. And some people say that when I have that mood, I will sit and work. Maybe it will come only by the night, midnight, 12 o'clock. Please don't ever do that, because our biological rhythm is already set, that's a circadian rhythm. So we need to switch off from work and then go to bed on time as well. So I'm not talking about people who are working in the night shifts, but other people. So you people, whoever is not working in the night shift, you have this luxury of able to switch off your laptops, whatever it may be, your gadgets, and then go on to sleep. So many researchers have found out that working from home can have an impact on your sleep also. So this can even lead to insomnia. So you should be very careful that you shouldn't be using social media or even your work, and you have to just switch off and then go to sleep on time. So that is very important. And the next thing is, you should have some time trackers. Probably you may be more technologically oriented. So you should be knowing how much time you really spend in social media, because there is no one to monitor around you. So you may be getting lost by YouTube videos or by Instagram posts or whatever it may be. So you need to really have some time tracker to figure out how much time you spend in social media, and this can have a major psychological impact in the form of social comparisons. After watching social media for a long time, people say, the researchers have proven that people feel more depressed and more upset about their own life, and they feel so frustrated. So why look into some toxic things and waste the quality of life? So we need to concentrate on something more productive. And the next thing is, you need to have some movements. So movement is a therapy here. So some people, they are like workaholics and perfectionists. What they do is, when they sit for the day, they just sit there for 4 to 5 hours or 6 to 8 hours. Nobody can move them. They keep the food there itself. They water also, water bottle. That is all there. But still, you need to get that movement, which is very, very important. Probably every 45 minutes, you need to have a break. Okay, so this break is very, very important, and that movement will again rejuvenate you back to work more focused. And the next thing is, you need to really do some stretches, because a lot of reports have proven that people who are going to sit in front of laptop and work for a long time can develop a lot of physical ache issues, like backache or a sprain, or they can also develop some headaches and whatnot. So a lot of issues, such issues are there, both physical and psychological issues are there. So what you have to do is, you need to really do some stretch activities, which are very simple. When you Google it, you will figure out some very simple basic stretch exercises you need to really do. So when you should do, probably every 30 minutes, you need to slightly get up, loosen up yourself, do some stretch activities, and again sit. So this will also make sure that your muscles are not so tightened also. The next thing is, you need to connect with your friends and loved ones also. It's very important. Now, because of COVID, you can't meet up directly, but if possible, you can do with all the precautions. But otherwise also, I would seriously recommend you to connect with people, at least through chats or some meets, some video conferencing, at least once in a week. Or find some like-minded people at work also and talk to them, discuss with them. And this itself will not de-stress you to a greatest extent. And the next thing is, some people are really pressured by the targets given by their supervisors, and they are like totally pressured. And here only one important skill comes to play, that is the assertive skill. You need to learn to say no to people, even though they can be your supervisors or your senior officers also. What can be done by a human being only can be done. If something is, pressured beyond your limits and human capacities, which ask you to work for more than 12 to 13 hours a day, it's high time that you need to learn to say no. Some people are afraid of losing a job because due to COVID situation, a lot of people are losing their jobs, and so people don't speak up. But if you're really talented and good enough, you need to really tell them. It's not like a harsh no. You need to tell them why this job cannot be done in the so and so time, and give them the right explanation and tell them that you can be even more productive if given more time. So definitely the other person also will understand and empathize with you. So there are some people who are very poor at saying no, and you will be totally pressured. So we need to learn to use this no politely as well as firmly. And the next thing is, when you have some target and if you don't really finish it, some days are not very productive days. It is okay. So here comes the self-compassion. That is, we are like too much pressurizing ourselves, and only if you work this much only then I can feel really good about myself. Don't have that kind of pressure put on yourself, okay? You need to actually unwind sometimes. Some days can be super productive, some days can be totally not at all productive, but it's still okay. It is still you. You need to reward yourself and motivate yourself when you have actually achieved your targets, and when you don't also, just accept yourself and unwind yourself and just let go of it, so the next day can be an even more productive day, right? And you're the only person who can reward yourselves also. So it is very important that you are more self-compassionate yourselves. So working from home is always not an option for many people, I know that, but after listening to this video, if you could put all these things into practice, definitely you can find working from home is also an option, because gratitude is very important. And there are many people who are not having any jobs. They are like, they have become jobless because of corona situations. All such things are prevailing, and you having this job itself is a grateful feeling you should have. And how do I make the most of it? By these tips you can make the most of it, and all the best for it. Thank you. Bye.